Right here.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rain C. Adams from Live Beyond Inspired Wakana.com. I am here to tell you about how CBD oil can change your life with the Wakana product.
So, what are the what kind of products?
So, there are several products out now and more in the making. I could tell you about my favorite CBD products right now is a tincture, and it's called the hemp. And what a tincture is, you take it and you put it up under your tongue and you let it sit for 60 seconds and you just relax and you swallow. And the reason why I'm singing the praises of CBD is because I was really sick and unhealthy. My body failed me. And I will even say that I was in the middle of a nervous breakdown and I didn't know it because I am one of the strong friends, the strong people. And so I didn't realize where I was at. And I believe that's the story my body was trying to tell me, like, hey, there's something wrong here. And so I started using the Wakanda products and I noticed my health coming back. I'm not hurting anymore. And that's when I called my rep up. I was like, hey, I need some more of that. I need that in my life because I feel better and I'm not hurting anymore.
So, what is CBD oil?
CBD oil is short for cannabidiol. It is the male part of the hemp plant, and it's used medicinally in order to help people to relieve pain, anxiety, depression. It comes in the forms of oils, creams, and different things you can put to your body on your body. And what I like about Wakana and why I joined Wakana, it was a business that was created to help support the African American community financially and health wise, and also to take away the negative stories about marijuana or the marijuana plant or the hemp plant.
How did you get involved in this business?
So I was at an entrepreneur event, a vendor event, and I just like I said before, I'm the strong one. I keep going. I keep my commitments, but I wasn't feeling well. I was suffering with vertigo. My body was hurting, and I was just around there, just barely existing. But I showed up, which is one of my superpowers. But I showed up to the event anyway to support, to learn, and be around a group of entrepreneurs. And there was a vendor there, a Wakanda vendor, which is my aunt. She's my cousin's mother, and I call her my aunt. And she was like, "What's wrong?" She could tell that physically was something wrong with me, and she was like, "Nah, wait a minute, because you don't have to feel this way." And she tinctured me with hemp. And as I said before, tincture means to put it under your tongue and hold it there for a while. And I was like, so used to being in pain. I was like, and she was like, relax, relax. So next thing you know, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I don't feel as dizzy. And the pain I had went away. And I felt that way for up to maybe 2 days with that. Like I said, I gave her a phone call, was like, what was that? How do I have it in my life? The reason why I chose Wakanda is for the healing and relief that I received to help me move forward in all my giftings and journeys and creativity. It wasn't a barrier anymore. And when I take my CBD oil, when I tincture myself and I get relief and I'm feeling good and I'm healing, I think about all the aunties and the Medias and the big mamas before me and how they hurt mentally, how they hurt physically. The untold stories of depression, but they just had to hang in there and be the strong ones because of the generation that they lived in. And I was thinking, if Big Mama only had CBD oil, if my nanny only had CBD oil, how much more of a quality of life she would have had for herself. And there is no necessary reason for us to hurt anymore and to be in depression anymore. And our health story can change as a community of people. But as I said, in all my helping other people and being in my gift, I didn't realize that I was in the middle of was a nervous breakdown
Mm.
because I'm the strong friend. I knew that there was something wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on it. So when people be like, "How are you?" I'm be like, "I'm not okay, but I'm still going." I was still showing up. But then my brain was like, "Okay, so you're not going to listen to these signs? I'm going to show you these signs." So I began to lose my cognitive understanding. If I had a conversation with you, it'd be just like you were speaking French. And I was like, and I was asking people to say things over again. Or can you explain that to me differently? I'm just not catching on. I'm tired. Like I was just blaming it on these things, but I was really overloaded and overwhelmed. And it wasn't until I began to take the CBD oil, and when I start, it worked on my physical health, and it also works on the anxiety and the stress level. And when those anxieties and stressors, I wasn't feeling them anymore. I was like, whoa, there was something wrong with me. Like, perfect example. I went to pick up my crew members that's my kids and my grandkids from the daycare. And I was standing there talking to the daycare owners, just having a nice conversation. And next thing you know, one of the daycare owners yelled out my name. And I was like, I snatched my head around and he was like, "Where are you going?" I just took off walking. My brain checked out and I was taking off walking and I have no idea where I was going or where I was going to end up
Oh
going.
my goodness.
Yeah. And I just didn't know because I was the strong friend. I had to keep going. I had to do this. I had to accomplish that. So I had to start practicing what I was preaching. And it was the Wakanda CBD oil that helped bring me back for me to start compartmentalize things and saying no to different things and saying yes to this. I had to I had to shift again, and after I already shifted, I had to practice what I was preaching again in the moment.
So it helped you focus.
It helped me focus. It helped me to relax. It helped me to not feel pain. Um, I can't even describe it. It's a miracle. I literally cried. I cried because I've been uh, having health issues for the last 3 or 4 years, and maybe that was my body telling me to change some things too, and I didn't want to listen.
Hmm.
I'm going to teach about that too. How your body tries to talk to you, but you don't want to listen. But the CBD oil helped me to be able to awaken to that and not be in it, but to be a witness of what was going on with me so that I could make some changes.
Okay. Who's your customer? Who's the customer segment for this?
Wakanda has already done that work for you, your customer segment. And they said that anybody that has a spine. So if you have a spine, you're my customer. You can take CBD oil because you can feel better. You can help your life. But I could tell you that what I've been doing and who I've been reaching out to, like I just spoke with somebody yesterday and I'm like, and they told me about the pain and all these surgeries and how they were down. And it was depressing. And I knew that CBD oil addresses all these issues. And they were like, I tried it before. I'm like, but you haven't tried this brand. The brand matters, the quality matters. And I talked to them and I was like, hey, can I share a link? And you try the product. It's a 30-day money back guarantee if it doesn't work for you. Um, and she was like, "Yeah, sure," because I told her how it healed me. I'm spreading the story of the relief that I get. So if you have a spine, you are definitely a candidate for being a what kind of customer.
Okay. So your product is very different from the CBD oil that you see advertised all over the place and signs in different store windows and stuff like that.
Yes. What makes Wakanda different? Well, I'll tell you a little backstory. Wakanda was started by four African American women, one of them, which is a senator of the state of Illinois, and the other three are physicians. And they made sure that they put a lot of love and care into this because they wanted it to heal. The whole point was to heal and create wealth for the African American community. And it's like, hey, this is what we can do for ourselves, for our people, and for the world. And so, yes, they are very different. They're tested, they're guaranteed. They're not mixed with just any product. Like, stay away from gas station CBD oil. So, if you wouldn't buy your computers from a gas station, I wouldn't buy anything that's supposed to heal my body at a gas station. Stay away from different brands like that. And you do have to try and see what works for you. I tried a brand before and it was a nice, expensive brand, but it didn't do anything for me. But this Wakanda brand just knocked it out of the park.
Okay.
I challenge you, if you're in pain, if you want to feel better, if you're down and out, even if you're like, hey, I like this, I want to make this part of my business life, I want to check out the opportunity. It is livebeyondinspired.wakana.com. And that's WAKANNA.